Hey, what's up everybody, it's S. In my last video, I showed you both of the BCM Lowers that I picked up for my quote-unquote dream rifles build that I posted a few weeks ago. Now in that video, I did mention that because I got such a good deal on the 2 Aero Precision rifles that I sold, that I would be able to order 1 BCM upper right now. And that's pretty much what today's video is going to be all about. So I wanted to show you what I picked up and then talk about why I picked this specific one out, because they have a ton of different models on their website, and then I'll go ahead and assemble everything. Now that'll be off camera, of course, so hopefully YouTube doesn't get flag happy and demonetize or shadow ban the video. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but I'm pretty sure it'll be something, or it'll reference the word build. Now I know it's not a build, it's even lesser of a build than I did before. All I'm really doing here is going to be attaching an upper to a lower, but for titling purposes for YouTube, I'm probably going to say build. So you don't have to go hard on me in the comments.
Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Now let's go ahead and give the people what they want. Open it up so you can see what I got. Okay, looks like it comes with a Picatinny slot, nice, but we're not here for that. It also comes with stickers, which are kind of cool, and I'm not sure how you guys feel about stickers, but I love getting stickers with my products. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put these on the safe with the others, but we're not here for this either. Now, this is what we actually came to see, so let's go ahead and open up this plastic to see what we actually got. Okay, so this is the BCM upper in all its glory. Now this one is actually the 11.5-inch ELW barrel, which is basically their lightweight barrel. Now I think the standard one, if I'm not mistaken, weighs in at about 1 pound 5 ounces, and this one shaves off about 5 ounces, so it comes in at basically 1 pound even. Now when I was doing my research, I saw a bunch of stuff about using lightweight barrels, when suppressed and not suppressed, and how your POI might shift, but that doesn't really bother me because I plan to only shoot this solely suppressed. And honestly, I'm not that good of a shot anyway. Plus, I'm not really into shooting at distance because, well, honestly, I don't have anywhere to shoot beyond 100 yards. Now, since I am gonna be putting a can on this, I figured I wanna get the lightest weight barrel that I could possibly get away with. Now, I know the barrel won't last as long, but I don't shoot that much, so I'm not necessarily worried about that either. For the rail system, I ended up going with their MCMR, which is basically their M-LOK. I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted the quad rail, and not because I'm into cloning, because I'm not. I don't think there's anything wrong with, cloning firearms, but that's just not necessarily my thing. I just wanted that one because I thought it looked cool in my opinion. But unfortunately, they didn't offer the lightweight barrel with that rail, so I would have had to go with the heavier quad rail with the heavier barrel. And since I wanted this thing to be light, I ended up going with the ELW barrel in the 10-inch M-LOK. Now I just have their regular A2 flash hider because the brake on this thing is honestly a little too much for me. I'm not a fan of super loud concussive rifles, and this 11.5 inch is already plenty loud enough. When I do end up suppressing it, I plan to either get a Surefire muzzle brake or the Surefire closed tine flash hider. I was originally going to go with the Warcop, but since that leaks, I didn't really want to have to deal with that. I also don't like the loud ringing or pinging noises of the 3 or 4 prongs, so my only other options are either the brake or the closed tine, which I keep going back and forth about. 1 minute I'm sold on the brake, and then the next minute I want the closed tine. The good news is that I don't have to make that decision right now because I don't have a suppressor, and it looks like I won't be able to get one until probably later this year, maybe even the summer if I'm lucky. So I have plenty of time to go back and forth in my brain and plenty of time to watch every YouTube video known to man. I know this probably goes without saying because I already talked about the muzzle devices and I've mentioned it in a few of my other videos, but I'm going to be going with the Surefire RC2. I know it's not necessarily cheap or light, and there are low back pressure ones on the market, like I think it was the Huxworks 556, but for my first can I want one that's kind of built like a tank, and honestly I just like the way it looks. Plus I consider Surefires to basically be the Glock of suppressors, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know how I feel about Glocks. This upper actually comes with a BCG, or at least it did when I ordered it. Now I know they have it listed as a deal on their website, so I'm not sure how long that will last, but honestly they've had the BCG coming with an upper for quite some time. But if you are on the fence, I wouldn't hold off for too long. Now even though it came with one, I wanted to get a FDE bolt carrier group because, well, apparently I'm an FDE fanboy. So I ended up ordering this one when it was on sale at Brownells a few weeks ago. For the charging handle, I wanted to get one that was made for a suppressor, and after watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I settled on the Radiant SD, and as you probably guessed it, I went with FDE. Now, since I ordered this one, I have seen a bunch of videos on the Geisley one. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I think I'm gonna order that one for my next build. And in the near future, once I get a suppressor, I'll be able to test them out to see if I notice a gas difference between the both of them. For sights, I just went with these Magpul M-Bus 3. Now, I essentially just pulled these off of my Aero Precision rifle that I sold a few weeks ago. You know, at some point, I'll upgrade them to maybe something better, but you know, these were free, so I went that route. For an optic, I was gonna go with the Holosun 510C that I got around Christmas, but then I decided I wanted to get an enclosed one instead because an open window emitter, you know, obviously dirt and debris would render my 510C absolutely useless, and then I wouldn't be able to survive in a post-apocalyptic world, so I sold that one too. I just sold it because I wanted to get an EOTech, and I didn't want to have that much money tied up in the optics when I only really have one upper. Now, as far as EOTechs go, I know the battery life sucks, but you know, it's the one I want. And I've decided to take that approach on all of my builds going forward, that I'm gonna really focus on getting the things that I really want instead of accumulating a bunch of just okay things. Now, I did catch a good sale in December on that 510C. So when I sold it, I only ended up losing, I think it was like 50 bucks. But going forward, I'm just gonna get stuff that I really want. I also have, you know, this cheap sling from Magpul. I'm gonna use that, but I'll probably wait to put that on until I head to the range. And at some point I am gonna upgrade this, but this is free again because I already have it. So this is the one I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go ahead and assemble everything off camera, and I'll be back with the first iteration of my dream rifle. Now, I know there are better options out there. You know, some people are spending $4,000 or $5,000 on a rifle, but for what I'm willing to spend, this is probably gonna be at the top of my range. This is about as high as I'm gonna be willing to go.
One eternity later.
All right, there she goes. So I went ahead and put everything on except for the rail covers and the vertical foregrip. I think I'm gonna hold off on that until I get some FDE ones because I'm really liking the you know, the FDE and black color scheme. And I think having some FDE up here honestly would look cool. So now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and add our upper to our lower and we'll be in business. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Now, since I enjoy my freedom and my ability to purchase firearms like this, I went ahead and got this SBA 5 brace. Now, I'm not an expert into the legalese of, you know, what's a pistol, what's an SBR, but since this is considered a short barrel, I have to put a brace on it. You know, it's stupid, I know, but you know, unfortunately, that's the world we live in. I also can't put this vertical foregrip on, which is why I didn't, because again, rules are rules. So I also picked up this angled foregrip. And just for reference, you know, both of these are FDE. My main reason for getting the angled foregrip is because I want to have a consistent reference point with my grip. I don't really want this to be a 2-stamp gun, so that's why I went the brace route. I really wish that I would have sold my 9mm PCC without the brace, because I had an SBA 3 tactical one on that one, but I didn't think about it until unfortunately it was out the door. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take the stock off of this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the angled foregrip on, and I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, I went ahead and added the brace, which now that I have my hands on this one, the SBA 5, I like it a lot better than the SBA 3. The SBA 3 seemed to be a little more flimsy. This one is a little more rigid, so I think I'm gonna like this one a lot more. And I also added the angled foregrip, and I kind of just have it sitting in a placeholder. I may move it up or back, just depends on when I go to the range on what feels most comfortable. I know I mentioned this earlier, but this is gonna be version 1 of my dream build. The next iteration is obviously gonna have the EOTech. I think I'm gonna go with the ESPS2. Again, probably be flat dark earth. I don't think I'm gonna go with night vision on this one because I currently don't shoot at night. I'm also gonna be changing the muzzle device because I'm gonna be adding a suppressor. I'm gonna get a better sling, some better iron sights, or actual iron sights since these are plastic. I don't think I'm gonna add a magnifier for this one since this one's gonna be for closer distances. You know, maybe when I get around to building out the other lower, I might get something for a longer range, but that might be a waste because I don't have anywhere to shoot that's longer than 100 yards. But I'm a bit of ways away from that build, so I can cross that bridge at a later date. As for this one, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, the black and FDE. I think it looks really nice. Again, I'm gonna get some rail covers that'll probably be in FDE. I don't know if they're gonna be in Magpul or some other ones. I've seen mixed reviews on the BCM ones, so I'm probably not gonna go with those. Might just go ahead and get the Magpul ones, but you know, we'll see how this handles. If this doesn't get too hot or doesn't get too uncomfortable, maybe I just won't add any at all. So that's my version 1 build in a nutshell. And if you're still watching, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a sneak peek about what my next video is gonna be about. So I finally picked up some sights for my Glock 43X MOS so that I can co-witness with my red dot. Now, I still need to get a sight pusher and a front sight tool, but I gotta wait till I get paid again. But I am looking forward to adding them because I love my Glock 43X. In fact, I think I'm gonna start carrying that one permanently. Maybe I might retire my Glock 19.
What?
Now, hopefully the weather cooperates so I can get out to the range in the next few weeks to test this BCM build out. And then obviously when I change my sights, I'm gonna go to the range and test that out too. But anyways, I mean, that's pretty much all I have for today. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.